Hello there, everybody. Kathy Brennan here, helping you to look better, feel better, and do better. And here we are. So, we're in the middle of the pandemic. Now, in this moment, many of you are working from home. So, what are we going to do about it? So, I have been working at home. I have worked at home several times during my career. So, I thought it'd be useful if I talked about that to help give you some tips about what to do, what works, and what doesn't work. In 1987, I had a baby, the end of the year, and in 1988, I began working at home from Ameriprise. I was writing financial plans from a tax and estate planning standpoint. And this was a new deal. Nobody else had contract employees, but I wanted to do this, and it worked well for both Ameriprise and me. So at the time, I leased a computer, and the question was, do you want a monochrome screen or a color screen? And I got a monochrome screen because who would need a color screen? It's kind of funny that I look back at it. For those of you who don't know, a monochrome screen is just black with kind of green or yellow letters on it. So, anyways, what did I learn while working from home? First thing, get dressed. Get dressed like you're going to work. I know it may seem fun to work in your yoga pants or a grubby old sweatshirt or your fuzzy slippers, but if you dress for work, you will be more in the frame of mind to get some work done. So it's really important to dress for work. And this also operates as a barrier between home and work. So when you're done working, then you can change into some other clothes, your casual lounging clothes, and you can do that. So get ready, put on your makeup if that's what you do before you go to work, put on cologne, your jewelry, your shoes. That actually helps me too. I could do a whole video presentation on getting dressed for work and how that helps us feel or not feel. But just working at home, even though you're working at home, treat it seriously or like you're doing a real thing, and um, get dressed. Second thing, get to your desk at the same time you would if you were working in an office. Just get to your desk on time. You're being accountable to yourself and you're starting your day instead of delaying it. Or, yeah, just start your day at the time that you would at the office. It should be easier to get there because there's no commute. And if you have a separate space in your home, that's awesome. If you have a separate room, but if you don't, if you're going to be at the dining room table or whatever, get everything unpacked and ready to go by the time you're going to start work. And then just start. Just start working. Um, it will be important to be as organized as you can. Think about, do I need paper or connected to my printer, or do I need a stapler, or what pens do I need, or whatever the little things you have while you work. I have a little thing that I can put a piece of paper in and it'll stand up straight. So just random stuff like that. So think about that beforehand. Try to get the lighting as good as you can, and that's important. I have a recycling bin and a waste basket near me, so I don't have to get up to go throw something away. So be as organized as you can. And as you do this, you'll get into it. You will figure out what needs to be done and how to set this all up. So have a schedule. I wanted to show you, this is kind of messy, but I have a schedule where down the left-hand side, I have written my tasks, and I have them separated by daily, weekly, and quarterly. And then I have Monday through Friday. And so in those squares, I write the time that I'm going to work. So I break my day down by half-hour segments. From 8 to 8:30, I'm going to work on this. From 8:30 to 9 or 9:30, I'm going to work on this next thing. So give yourself a schedule. That's a really nice way to just move through your day and stick to it. Figure out when you're going to have your breaks, though. When are you going to go to the kitchen to get coffee or tea or water? And this is why I say, this is why this is important, because when we go to our kitchen to fill up our coffee cup, then all of a sudden we see the dishwasher needs loading or unloading. And oh, gee whiz, there's some mail I could open. And so we can easily get distracted when we step away and go to our home, which is our kitchen. So just figure out how you're going to do that and how that's going to work. And okay, the next thing is number 4, take a walk. You will be surprised at how creative you are when you get away from your setup, your work, and go just take a walk. You can walk around your house, you could go downstairs if it's too cold out, you could walk around the block. Plan this in, and this is a habit I hope when you go back to working where you normally do, that you will take this habit with you. It's a really healthy habit, really helps our creativity. Then let's talk about kids, because many of you have children at home and then you're working at home, because right now in the middle of COVID-19, the schools are out. So it's confusing enough and difficult enough for you to do this, to all of a sudden be working at home. It's also pretty confusing to these kiddos. They do not understand why dad is here or mom is here and they're not playing with me or doing whatever we normally do, sitting on the couch or reading or whatever. So it's important to talk to your kiddos about what this new normal looks like, and that you'll be working. If you can shut a door, that's awesome. And then you can say, you can even have a conversation like, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to work till 10. I'll be out at 10 and we can talk about if we have some things to discuss then. And then I'll be back in. So if you don't have a door, another good suggestion is if you can get a babysitter. And there are all kinds of, right now, high school age students and junior high, if that works for you, who are also at home. And if they can be in your home, keeping the kids away from you or distracting them in another way so you can get your work done, then you don't have to like parent and work. And it's all about distinguishing, I'm either working or I'm at home, and they're all meshed together right now. So whatever you can do to separate the two. It's going to be difficult for these kids to understand what's going on, but I tell you what, this is a great time to learn about boundaries. This is really good. Now, typically when you're home with your kids, you might respond to them for every little need they have. When you're at work, you don't do that. So you're going to learn, like, there's a difference between work and home, and mom or dad is working right now. So I'm not going to be like I normally am. So you're going to schedule this time in. Kids will pick it up. They are smarter and more adaptable at change than we are. So just understand it's going to take them some time. Yeah, when I was at home with the kids at one point, I've done this several times. I had a babysitter, and that babysitter would do chores with them. She would start meals with them. It really ended up being a very good situation, and I really loved working at home and having them there too. We were all in the same space. I knew they were safe, and I knew where they were. Yet I was still getting my work done, and they were occupied and safe. So the next one, I alluded to this earlier, plan breaks. So in an office, people are interrupting, they come in or you run into them at the water cooler or whatever. And now that's not happening. It's just you and maybe your laptop or you and your writing instruments or whatever. So plan some breaks for yourself and give yourself that time to just get up. Maybe that's when you flip on the news for a second, or maybe you do some laundry at that time or tickle your kids or whatever, but plan some breaks and then get back at it. Maybe that's when you look at your cell phone for personal things, but give yourself the break to do that and then get back at your work. It's really about just disciplining yourself to get into these different roles, even though you're in the same space as your home. At the end of the day, I would suggest putting everything away. If you can close a door, that's great. And then you don't have to look at it till the next morning. But if you're at the kitchen table or your daughter's desk or whatever, I would suggest putting everything away, even though it'll take another 5 or 10 minutes. Then you're back and your home is just your home. Your home is not your workplace anymore. It's your home. And again, it's just in our mind. We need to separate the two and be patient with yourself. I know this is a new, shocking normal for everyone. The extroverts in the world are already stressed by this. Of course, there are video chats and Zoom meetings, Skype, Marco Polo, GoToMeeting. There are all kinds of apps available so you can talk to people. And I would really suggest this because in a time where we're at home, we really need to see each other's faces. We really do. It's important to connect visually like that. So this is different than a text message. That might work when life is normal, but if we're not going to see our friends for several weeks or months, it will be important to see them. So look into those various apps and how to video conference other people. So at the end of each day, then look at what worked and what didn't. Just spend some time thinking about that. It didn't work when I didn't plan to get my coffee break, or it didn't work because the kids were screaming too loud. Maybe I need to put headphones on, whatever it is. So just observe what it is that worked, what didn't, and just adjust and modify. The good news is here, we have so much available, like this video conference, this video chat right now. We have so much available to be connected. I really am grateful for that. And it's free. I mean, you can do a Zoom meeting with a friend for free. I've been doing it for years. And we have the ability to be connected. We have ability to still have our job. We have an ability to take our job home. If the alternative to not have a job, and there are many people in that situation right now, this is, I'm trying to be grateful for that. So it's our new normal. And I hope this helps as you walk into this world of working at home. I want you all to take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. Be well. I will be back soon.